Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this special presentation of Outdoors with Larry Ray. This is our 24th anniversary show, and who better to kick it off the show is the man that was in the studio with me in the dungeon at 1960 Avenue all these 24 years ago, and that's our man Gene Smith's on the line. Good Saturday morning, Gene Smith.
Good morning. I can't believe 24 years. It's been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Did you think we'd make 24 years or maybe 2 weeks?
No, I'm surprised. Well, when you got something good, it's going to work.
Well, you've been a big part of it, buddy, over the years. I'm sorry you can't be in the studio this morning, but you're with us all the time, and you and Ronnie Shannon started it off, and we've had a great career on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Won a lot of awards, and I got the guy here himself here tries to keep us straight around here, tries to get microphones and headphones, and he does everything. He comes in about 4 in the morning, stays till I don't know what time. Brad Carson.
Hey,
good Saturday morning, Brad.
Good Saturday morning to you as well, Larry, and the crew here. It's good to be here. Congratulations, and it takes something to do something that long, and it takes work.
Yes, it does.
And preparation and skill, and you have all of those things, Larry. And I appreciate what you do every Saturday.
Well, we're part of the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're only 90 minutes a week, but if you add them all up for 24 years,
yep,
that's a lot of minutes.
Well, one of the good things about this show is it's indeed the fastest 90 minutes in radio, so it makes it, go by. It's easy listening. Not like easy like the river.
No.
Like sorry, we own the river, so I can say that.
We own the river, too. Don't get Ron Olson.
Sorry. Ron, is
radio.
this on? No, but you guys are actually exciting, and the river also exciting, but it's a different thing, and you guys do a great job, so we're so excited to have you here.
Well, Brad, go over and get a brownie. My wife
More
made
specifically,
us all
we got brownies. That's why I'm here, Ron. Let's be honest.
Thank you, Brad Carson.
Congratulations,
right.
y'all.
You're the man, Brad.
Brad Carson's going to get a brownie. Miriam has made brownies, Gene Smith.
I know. I'm jealous.
They're warm.
They're
Saturday
warm.
morning, fresh out of the oven.
Get them, man. All right.
Johnny Mac,
Save
first
me a
one
brownie.
in.
All right, let me tell you else who's in the studio right now. We're still waiting on another one. We're going to do the round the table here. It's usually around the outdoor horn. Of course, Shelby McCall has been doing this, I think, now 6 years now, and she's still here.
Yeah, just about 6.
6 years, and she's still here.
She does a wonderful job.
Oh, wait, hold on. I knew you'd have to jump in real quick like that. Okay, let's start around the horn. We got the man himself, and I know what an effort it takes for this man to get here, folks, but he's been a part of this show for a long, long time. Our good friend Johnny McFarland sitting over. Gene, you know Johnny Mac, right?
Oh, yeah, super guy.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, Larry. It's great to be here today. And I was just trying to think. I think I've been visiting your show for 15 years or better myself.
At least, yes.
With you supporting our quail habitat and outreach programs.
Well, Johnny, we know that a long-time assistant district attorney down there with Amy and the job you did there, buddy. And Johnny's had some health issues, but he's here.
I'm here. I'm crawling along, buddy.
Crawling along. I'm not sure I'm all here. But anyway, then the voice of the one and only. Twice a month he's here. We've called him in on extra duty. I don't know what this is going to cost me other than maybe a brownie. But my brother by another mother is Ron Wong sitting over here. Good Saturday morning, Ron.
Hey, good Saturday morning, Larry, and happy 24th anniversary to the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio. And, I have been honored to be able to help out with this show.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, it's been a great experience. Look forward to many, many more years.
Yes. And, of course, Ron proudly wears that shirt with the Outdoors of Larry Ray logo that he came up with, I think. But thank you, Ron. And we've got another guest. He's sitting right here, and he's got some big news we're going to break during the show today because this is going to be a busy time for our good friend Mike Webb. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Mr. Larry.
And give him your title again, Mike, because you can't put it on one shirt.
No, usually I usually say it's a whooping boy.
The whooping boy.
But anyway, I used to be the NRA field rep for the state of Tennessee.
Used to be, but now.
Used to be, and then they wanted to beat on me, and they said, well, one state's not enough. We'll give you 10. So now I'm the Southern Regional Director for the National Rifle Association, covering 10 states in the South. But, hey, what I want to say is good morning. God bless you. Thank you for 24 years.
Well.
And, the Friends of NRA is a part of my heart, and I can truly say you're a friend of the Friends of NRA.
Well, we appreciate that.
You never
Mike.
say no when I email you and say I need to come on the show.
I work you in, Mike.
You work me in, even at last minute sometimes.
Last minute sometimes.
I remember the very first time
You
I
do?
was ever on the show.
Well, you weren't
It was
scared.
in the wintertime.
It was in the wintertime.
And I came on with Johnny Mack.
Johnny
And
Mack,
we was
bless your heart.
at the back door, and I was about to freeze to death. And I said, what is wrong for me getting up this early on Saturday morning?
And can't anybody open the door for you.
I know it's
Yeah.
cold, but, hey,
Yeah.
we've been friends a long time, many more to
At
come.
least a decade, I
Yeah,
know,
man.
that you've been doing
Well,
it. and
congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. And I know my wife is sitting over Miriam, and she's put up with me. She knows that I put a lot of effort into this formats, and I've looked back over the years, and we started out as an hour, and then we went to an hour and a half. And as I said, we were at 1960 Union Avenue, right, Gene? And we
That's
would,
right, down in the basement.
down in the dungeon. And what would we always do after we did the show, Gene? What was the number one priority after the show?
We go eat breakfast.
Go eat breakfast, because who was our co-host? Besides you, who was that other guy with us?
Oh, Ronnie Shannon.
That's right, Big Ronnie. And Ronnie's going to try to call in the show, but
You gotta feed Ronnie. When there's food available, he's there.
he's there. But he was there for us, and then we did it a long time. Got a lot of advice over the years for doing this, and I know Dennis Fuller's popped in. He's already got a brownie on this Saturday morning, and of course Dennis has been an important part of this show, offering support and everything like this. And of course we're part of the Odyssey family of stations here, and we have had, Gene and guys. I know we've been country. Where country wasn't country, we were ESPN Sports. I can't think of all the different formats that we've had, the different call letters and things like that. But we've been on 790 for all these years, and that's moving from downtown at TV5 to coming out here to our spacious Odyssey Radio studio here, where we're actually in the Grizzly studio. And I have, and y'all know this, there's no one that does a show like this that has a show producer that can play the trumpet like Shelby McCall.
There you go.
They don't even have a producer who can play the trumpet.
That's right.
And Shelby, where would we be without you?
I
Describe.
think y'all will be fine, to be honest.
No.
No.
Pushes a button for us, and
Yeah, she's a rock.
yeah, she's
Y'all
a,
would figure it out.
she's a rock, and of course, you folks know I played the trumpet in college and all these things. But Shelby knows how to. She knows how to really do it. And do you feel like starting the day with something for us? Can you?
Sure,
All right.
sure.
All right, let's have something peppy right now, okay? For these peppy
Speaking
guys.
of Peppy, it seems like the Memphis Tigers are playing this weekend.
That's right.
right.
They're playing
There we go.
today.
Tigers
Okay.
go.
How about that song?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you do it. There you go. No?
All right.
You got to admit it's early in the morning, but you're trying to
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
a bit early.
It's a bit early for Shelby, but appreciate all you folks being in the studio, and of course they all want to know, even on this special show. Before we get to all the other stuff that we got going, got people calling throughout the show today. Special guest, Ron. We
Yes,
got a
sir.
front coming through. We got some rain finally, Ron.
Finally.
Even on a special show, Ron's got to give us a fishing report.
Well, the water temperatures have been in the high 80s, low 90s, depending on what type of lake, as long as it doesn't have any current. But the fish are biting. The bass on the I-55 Lake Sardis, Enid, Grenada are biting real well in the morning using topwater baits. something like a Zero Spook or a Sexy Dog or something like that.
Okay.
And then as the sun comes up, go to your 9 and 10-inch worms or 7-inch cutter worms and catch them on a Texas rig. And you need to be sitting on the main lake points for all of that.
Okay.
For you crappie fishermen, the crappie are biting well. A lot of small fish on the Sardisine and Grenada lakes are being caught. But the two best ways to catch them,
What?
one is to troll.
All right.
And using slab curlies on a fin spin, 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce.
Okay.
And also a slab magnet or a crankbait, such as a 3XD and a shad color Strike King crankbait. Right now, the best speed is somewhere between 1.6 to 1.8 miles an hour.
You can't get
and
specific.
Start out slow, bump it up to 1.8 if they really start, if they're not doing anything. Also, the fish are, some of the crappie are being caught on timber that's in 15 to 18 feet of water in the upper ends of the lakes.
All right.
And the best way to catch those is vertical jigging a new hammer a crappie magnet.
All right. Yeah.
And the best colors there are going to be monkey milk or a show enough chartreuse will work real well. Fish should be 8 to 10 feet deep over deeper water.
I tell you what, I mean, the man can do it. I mean, off the top of his head. He's not even wearing a hat. He still does this, you know. Okay, all right. Let me tell you about a new sponsor we got real quickly. You know, of course, the TWRA has been our faithful sponsor. Gene knows that, and Gene's a hunter's education guru, and we've got a new one now. The boat raffle benefiting the United Way of the Mid-South. That's uwmidsouth.org. Made possible by Valero. Tickets are a $100 chance to win a Bass Tracker Classic XL valued at $15,000 plus and a fully outfitted for bass, big bass with a motor, trailer, and electronics. No purchase necessary. All you got to do is go to United Way Mid-South. That's uwmidsouth.org. And we're going to be talking about that with you throughout the next several weeks. And again, Gene Smith, thank you, buddy. We love you.
Yes, sir. You need a pun?
I need a pun, Gene.
All right, I got a good one.
Here it comes.
All right, this man had been away from home for a while, and he finally started home, and he met his caretaker over the road. He said, "How's things going while I was gone?" He said, "Well, your dog died." He said, "My dog." He said, "My dog died." He said, "Yeah, how did he die?" He said, "He was eating burnt horse meat." Burnt horse meat? Where'd you get burnt horse meat? He said, "Well, when the barn caught on fire." He said, "Well, how did the barn catch on fire?" "Well, it got the fire from the house." "Well, how did the fire from the house get started?" "Well, with some candles on your mother's casket, and the curtain caught them on fire and burnt the house down." But nothing ever really happened.
Thank you, Gene. Bye.
All right, bye.
Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll try to recover there. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we celebrate our 24th year on the air. And what do we call this, Ron Wong, this show?
The fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio.
That's exactly right. And we got one of our good guys on with us this Saturday morning because this is where I take my deer to get processed.
And I sure am glad we get to talk about good food.
Good food, and this guy's got some good stuff going on, and that's our good friend Dave Payne from Pipe Dream Farms Butchery. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
All right, and we're ready to roll with you again this year, right, Dave?
That's right. We're ready.
And you've already had the velvet hunt. How did that go?
Yeah, so we got a couple for velvet hunt. Pretty nice little 11-point, and I think we got a 5-point. And and another one I think was a 9.
But
a little
wow.
slow, but that's understandable. They went back to bow only, so it's a little challenging for people.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are out. They're getting out there. They're getting ready.
But you got a lot of specialty things going on too, don't you? I mean, you folks, if you're looking for that specialty dish, tell them what you got out there besides just deer processing.
That's right. We're a custom sausage shop. So,
Yes.
We do. Oh man, we keep 10 or 12 different flavors of bratwurst on hand
Yes.
for the grilling seasons.
Yeah.
Some shotgun shells and stuffed chicken with dirty rice, and so we keep quite a few good grilling stuff on there all season long.
Well, I know you have a lot of different things. We got our next guest coming in the studio here to messing us up here. We get going here, but me and Dave have been. I think this is our 3rd or 4th year that we've hooked up, and this is again where I take my deer to get processed. And Dave, I know you're getting fired up for this year, and things are a little bit different. We don't have the CWD hunt going on at Halloween anymore, so
That's right.
we got the archery season, but other than that, the gun season doesn't come till the 3rd Saturday in November, if I'm not mistaken. But
that's about right.
But tell our listeners where you're located and a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so again, Pipe Green Farms Butchery. We're at 1365 Grove Cemetery Road in Galloway. 901-870-2819. You can call or text anytime. I'll answer any questions you got. You can get on our
Facebook page
or our Facebook page. It has everything on there that you need to know, all the info, what's coming up for what season, what paperwork. We'll have all that on there.
And the TikTok. You making videos.
Right.
You got some.
We're gonna work. I mean, you got to think we've been CWD for 3 years, and now all of a sudden we're thrown back into the old school ways.
Yes.
So we got muzzle loader, and we got archery, and we got all this stuff. So if anybody has any questions about what weekend it is or what weapon they can use, feel free to shoot us a text. We'll stay on top of that stuff. So. Nobody else has to.
No. Dave Payne, we appreciate you, buddy, and I will be seeing you many times. You and Melissa. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your friendship, buddy. All right. Thanks, Dave. All right. We have I feel safer now. It was kind of a struggle there with NRA in here and the Quail Forever, and of course Ron's over there with a rod and reel in his hand, but we now have – you gotten shorter? That chair went down with you. I think it did. Here we go. We got the hillbilly himself. Now, I can call him that because that's his nickname, but he is the Bassin man, too, and I'm so happy to see David Beal join us. David, good Saturday morning, buddy.
Good Saturday morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I know you're sinking down over in that chair, but you're an important part of this show. We're going to utilize throughout this year and everything, and David has a thing about bass fishing. He has a thing about kids. He wants to teach a lot of kids. And, Gene, you know David here, and you know
Yes, sir.
That he loves to teach those kids. But 24 years, David, we've been on the air.
Wow,
you were
amazing.
Just 5 when we started.
Yeah, I was a little whippersnapper.
Little whippersnapper then, yeah. Now he's wearing his full armor because he is a member of the Shelby County Deputy's Office. He kicks indoors, as he says.
Yep.
But his passion is fishing.
That'd be fishing and children, Larry. I love it. I love it both. Children more important, though.
Well, what about?
Yeah, he deals a lot with the kids.
He does a lot with the kids, and I don't know, David. You get to meet Mike Webb from the NRA right
he did.
there.
He came in.
There's Mr. Wong. That's Johnny McFarland over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we brought the boss too.
Yeah.
I know David.
I found that out
very
early.
well.
Yeah, he's got brownies over there too, of course.
David is a great fisherman.
Yes.
Works hard at it, and he won a tournament on McKellar Lake not long ago.
Well, we talked about
Yes, he
it.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure did, didn't it?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
He won.
You went where I would have went.
Yeah, you always tell me if I want to win, go here.
That's right.
And don't
I'm
look.
near the water.
Yeah, don't look
Yeah.
far away because Ron will be behind you there.
Right.
You know,
I'll be in front.
looking behind the
That's
tree.
right.
But David's going to sit in with us for a while, but we've got a great studio lineup here. And Mike Webb, we wanted to jump in with this because this is going to be, and we're going to talk about it throughout the show. Mike is such a friend of Outdoors with Larry Ray, and he's had tables named after me. And
Yeah,
when I'm long gone, he'll probably have a table out there with black all over it, and I'll be there sitting there.
There you go.
But,
there you go.
You got a big thing going on right now too, Mike. Tell
Well,
the
you know,
listeners.
Larry had us on here a while back for the Fayette County Friends of NRA event.
Yeah.
Those folks out there are dedicated, so they want to set another record.
All right.
So they come out with this contest.
Yep.
And what better day than today, your 24th anniversary?
Yep.
People have an opportunity to get in on this, and this is the last day.
This is it, folks.
This is it. Today's it. You got
50 left, maybe even less than that.
probably less than that. You'll have to call me.
All right.
And I'll give you my number in a minute. But here's the deal.
All right, here
For
it is.
$100 bill.
All right. Well,
You'll get in on a contest starting October the 1st.
Yeah.
Every day, October the 1st, we give a gun away.
31 days.
31 guns. We give a gun away every day. You know, here's the kicker.
Yeah.
Let's say you win October the 1st.
Yeah.
We don't throw your name out. It goes right back in.
You win another one?
It stays in all month. But today is the last day. If you buy your ticket today,
Yes. All right.
you got a chance on 5 early bird drawings.
I'm
We're
looking at
doing next week,
Okay.
the 4th.
All right. The
And
4th.
you can win a $9,000 African safari.
Oh, man.
Or a Quigley Ford scope that you give them all the specs and they etch the glasses custom to you, that's $1,700 value. Or you might win a FMK 9mm pistol with technical response training. That's $800 or $900 worth. Or a pump shotgun
I'm looking at all these
with
things.
technical response training.
Yeah.
Or a Bursa AR.
I'm looking at
with
that.
technical response training. So you get not only you get 31 chances during October.
Yeah.
If you buy today, and there's less than we only selling 300 tickets.
I see. Only
And we
300.
got less than 50 left.
Folks, you hear that?
Less than 50, and you don't have to be present to win. We we call the winner that day, and everybody that bought a ticket, you get an email with a link to the drawing of see who won that day.
So give us that number, and we're gonna do this several times during the
it's
show.
901
Get it, folks.
229
Yes.
2819.
That's you.
That's my NRA cell.
Okay.
And it's just like a doctor. It's on 24/7.
It's on 24/7.
But you call me, I can run you a credit card, email your ticket number within minutes,
Yeah.
and get you in the early bird drawing. Day is the last day on the Larry Ray 24th anniversary show.
It couldn't be. And folks, I'm looking at these 31 days of
That's less than $3.23.
This is the
a
Friends
drawing.
of the NRA 31 firearm giveaway donation contest. Starts October 1st, but today is the deadline to get those tickets. Today is the deadline, Mike, and we're going to talk about it throughout
Well,
the show.
and this money goes to grants.
It goes to
and
grants.
you got a Shelby County Sheriff deputy sitting in front of me over here. And guess what? We bought them the Eddie Eagle gun safety costume a few years back.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's where this money goes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Mike, and I know that Johnny Mack, you're sitting over there. You got something you need to get in right now. Read it to us.
I do, Larry. I really do, Larry.
I know you guys have got.
Listen, what I wanted to tell you was over the years, you have done so much to promote our outreach projects. You know, we do the YHAC Youth Hunter Education Challenge.
Yeah, Gene knows that. Yeah.
I want to draft David to come help us on the youth hunt this fall, even if he's a fisherman. We can teach him how to hunt, too.
He knows how to hunt.
I'd like to have him in the field working with some kids and dogs.
Yes.
We were, these kids get to see bird dogs work. Pass it on around.
Yeah.
And Larry, you've promoted our fundraisers.
Oh my!
You promote wildlife conservation.
Oh my!
You've helped us get donations for the YHAC, just like those orange caps you got us last year.
Yes, yes.
You always have our members on your show to promote our events, and I just want to give you a little certificate of appreciation. I know you've probably got more of those.
No.
Then you got walls in your house, but
no.
I want you to know how much we appreciate what you do for the Mid-South Quail Forever chapter.
Well, Johnny, can I get a round of applause?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Save me a brownie. Okay, give Johnny Mack 2 brownies.
Hey, you know what? He got the first brownie this morning.
He did.
He did. He
No,
came
no.
over
First brownie. I got the first brownie.
No, you don't know. Somebody was in here before you.
Uh-oh.
He got the corner piece.
Well, y'all just keep the brownies away from me, because
they're over there.
They're over there. And they're good.
I'll eat the rest of the pan.
But Johnny Mack,
Yes,
brother, thank you, Johnny Mack.
Larry, well, thank you, Larry. Thank you for all you do for us. And Mike Webb also getting us involved in the grant program with the Friends of NRA, which helps fund these youth hunts.
That's right.
And YHAC. So all the people that go to these dinners and buy these raffle tickets are able to take. We're able to take kids out hunting and teach kids how to shoot and teach kids conservation.
Yeah, well, I think I added up the other day. They've gotten 24 grants from us so far.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this show is it's not about the name of the person that's on there. It's a team effort, and I think we try to be the voice of the Mid-South outdoors on this show. We're the only show of its type in the area. All you folks in Brownsville and Jackson and throughout the Mid-South, appreciate all you listeners, but this is what it's all about right here, and I really appreciate this, Johnny. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Because
you're a dear friend. So let's do one more pun. Are you ready, pun man? Before we let you go, I'm about to cry here. Give me a pun now. No more dead animals. Okay. Come on now.
Well, this little boy was in school one time, and he told his teacher he lost his homework. She said, "What'd you lose your homework?" She said, "I ain't got no pencil." She said, "No, it's not. I ain't got no pencils. It's Bobby doesn't have any pencils. Judy doesn't have any pencils, and I don't have any pencils." He said, "Well, my gosh, where'd all the pencils go?"
Shelby, I know that's it. All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry.
Please.
I hope we'll be back unless somebody cuts us off. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I don't know how many times over the last 24 years I've said this. I'm trying to come up with something else, but it all just pops out every time because we're structured, we're formatted. I'm looking at my format. You guys know here in the room with us today that I'm pretty formatted. It's not just Larry Ray and Ron Wong for 90 minutes, even though it is the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio program. I don't mind boasting about that and the awards we won over the years and things like that. But this is a show that tries to bring the community together and our love for the great outdoors, but at the same time give you stories out there, folks. And I thought in the middle of all of this backpatting and all that kind of stuff with David Beal, Mike Webb, Ron Wong, Johnny McFarland sitting over there, let's put in this segment because this is what this show is all about. And so this next guest, I'm going to let Ron introduce him. It's the only guest, really, that we have calling in this morning that's not just saying thank y'all for all. But Ron, introduce this next guest. He's a special guest.
Well, yes, thank you, Larry, and good morning again, everybody. Our next guest is a professional fisherman who's fished on the MLF trails and also the BASS trails.
Yeah.
And he took a little hiatus
yeah.
from fishing tournaments because of a situation with the family. And a great fisherman that probably knows more about using electronics than any of the guys that are out there now. From Dayton, Tennessee, Miles Burghoff. Good morning, Miles.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for that introduction, Ron. I don't know if I can claim to be the electronics guru compared to the young guys nowadays that you hype me up to be.
Hey, Miles. We can make you claim to be anything we want to. This is our show. You know? So let's don't get too carried away on here. But Miles has a story to tell, and we've had Miles on, and as Ron mentioned. He the hyenas. I don't know if we've ever done. I thought that was someplace in Africa. That was a hyena. But anyway, Ron throwing in words we never used on the show before. You know, I'm getting perked up over here.
I'm full of surprises, but it was an honor to meet Miles in person and his family.
Yeah.
At the last St. Jude tournament on Sardis Lake, where he was a co-host with Jimmy Washam. And golly, what a story, and what a great family.
That's right.
But, Miles, tell a little bit about what happened in yours and Katie's life with Riley.
Well, so Riley was born last year, March 23rd of 2023, and we were just ecstatic to have a beautiful, healthy little girl, and we had a wonderful, I guess it was 10 months, and I was just beginning the tournament season Starting off at I started fishing the Bassmaster Opens last year. I left MLF and came over to fish the Opens. And we were practicing on Lake Okeechobee. And I actually had kind of a false start to that event already with Riley because I'd got down a few days before to start wrapping my boat down at a friend's place in Florida. And she ended up getting sick. So I just hit the road back up to Tennessee, and she turned out to be okay after that, that trip. And it was just a little scare with a small infection, but she seemed to be doing good enough for me to go back down to Florida. But there were some things that we were concerned about. She had a bruise under one of her eyes that oddly enough, I haven't told everybody this, but oddly enough, I had actually noticed that bruise a month before, and the first picture that came up when I Googled it, what I thought I was looking at, was the first picture was of a girl with neuroblastoma from England. And obviously at that point we're like, well, that can't be it. There's no chance that she probably hit herself with a toy. But anyways, getting back to Lake Okeechobee, I came back down from Tennessee to start. I missed the first day of practice, and the second day of practice I'm out there, and there was enough concern about some the illness and everything with her pediatrician, and also that bruise, that they started doing some tests. And it was the second day of practice for me. I got the call that it was that she had cancer.
Yes.
And
how old was she, Miles, at that time?
10 months old.
10 months old.
10 months old.
Wow. Go ahead.
So got into a little bit too much detail there, but she. So I obviously devastated. When I found out, I fell to my knees. I was down there in South Bay on Okeechobee, and I put that boat on the trailer as fast as I could and drove back up to Tennessee for the third time. Made that third trip up there, and and then after that I was on the warpath to get us into St. Jude, and fortunately after 4 days we got into St. Jude, and we had been there ever since February 4th.
Ever since February the 4th, all right?
And now you're back home because
give us the update.
Good things happen at St. Jude.
Yeah, give us the update, Miles.
Boy, oh boy, it's a good feeling. I'm sitting here on our screened-in porch.
There you go.
Looking at a couple apple trees that I just planted in the ground, and in this heat, and it just feels good to be home. Riley's doing very well, running around, being a normal kid.
Yeah.
And we just feel so blessed to be able to be home, and we were so thankful for St. Jude and also just the city of Memphis for the hospitality over the last 7 months. But boy, oh boy, does it feel good to be back, sitting in our house.
And I know you had a chance to, as Ron said, to be down at the St. Jude Bass Classic and poured your heart out down there. And for somebody that's, not from around here, as we say, this is what we're all about when you think of St. Jude, Le Bonheur. And I know your job as a deputy sheriff here. We've got a fishing machine sitting next to me, and we got the fishing engineer sitting over there across from me too, Ron Long. Right. But we got David Beal right here who fishes locally, and he's a deputy sheriff in Memphis. That doesn't surprise me, David, when you hear that about the way people reach out in Memphis.
Right. We always reaching out. Most of the time, some of the hardest ones are when we dealing with society is the children.
It's the children. Yeah.
I think for me, those are children and elderly people for me.
Yeah.
And but the city of Memphis do reach out, and thank God that they're reaching out to you, man, and showing you love. That's very appreciative, and that's just showing how our city, actually do care.
That's right. And Miles, I know. Had you ever been to Memphis before when you brought her here?
Oh yeah, I'd been to. We did my wife and I and some friends of ours. We stayed at the Pyramid years ago.
That's what I thought you told us. Yeah. So
and I also, I also did some promotional work at Bass Pro Shops.
Yes,
in the
you
past.
did. Yeah. I wanted the folks to know that there is connection there. So what about your fishing career, Miles? Can you bring us up to date on that? I mean, you got a lot to celebrate. I mean, everybody else is saying, boy, it's a hot weather down here. Well, you're up there with your little girl running around and apple trees, and I already feels better now just talking to you now,
right. But, I know, right? I know. It feels surreal to be back to such normality and be able to enjoy, being surrounded by nature. We've got this wonderful little property that we've been developing and before this all happened and so as far as the fishing career goes,
what's going on there?
This year we're not going to do a whole lot of a ton of fishing. The main focus is get our house in order. We're also I'm getting rid of unfortunately, I'm not going to camp anymore with my truck camper, so I'm going to be selling that and getting a new boat ready for next season. But I will be going back to the Opens next year.
All right, yeah, that's what we wanted to hear.
Great,
yeah.
So as long as Riley's doing all right, and so the future's bright on the fishing side. It's just this whole this whole situation has really changed just the way that I the of life, so I want to make sure that the fishing fits in with my family life, not the other way around like it always has been.
And you told us about your sponsors rallying with you too, right? I mean,
super supportive. Every single sponsor, I didn't lose a single sponsor.
Isn't that
amazing? That's awesome.
That's great.
That's
great.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've got some other companies that I can't talk about them yet, but I've got some other opportunities.
Oh, right. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you got Riley there. She's going to be the cheerleader, and everybody's going to know that name. Well, we wanted to get you on this special show, Miles, and folks can look up. And I know you got some Facebook stuff, and Ron knows all about that, and we want to keep up with you and check back with you every once in a while, fella. Because you're part of this team, even though we've never met. I feel like we have. And
when something like this happens and everybody rallies around you,
that's right.
Family. So I appreciate you guys very much. And if anybody else wants to follow me, the best place would be my YouTube channel, Sonar Fishing.
Yes.
Right.
Sonar Fishing. That is.
Sonar Fishing. That's
we'll
Miles Burghoff. Miles, wishing you and the family all the best as you move forward and a new chapter in your life. And thank God for St. Jude.
That's right.
Amen.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
All
they are incredible. Congratulations on 25 years, guys.
Well,
all right.
Thank you, Miles. Well, I tell you what, we're going to keep up with that Riley and you for as long as we can. Okay, buddy? Y'all have a great Labor Day, and I think you will. Okay, man? All right?
Thank you very much, Larry, Ron. Appreciate y'all. Everybody in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Miles. Right. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll come back and get back to the schedule on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to the 24th anniversary of Outdoors with Larry Ray. I know Miles gave us an extra year, and I appreciate that. I hope I have that. Good Lord willing, we'll be doing this 25 next year.
That's right.
But
we're going into the 25th year right now.
That's true, but a great group in the studio, friends, Johnny McFarland, Quail Ferretter, Ron Wong, everything. Our Mid-South guru, Mike Webb, with NRA, Friends of NRA, and everything else. And I had to have my bodyguard here with me, David Beal. But two guys are on the line with us right now that I don't know. These two guys have played such an important part in not just this show, but my life. in the outdoors. When I became outdoor editor at the Commercial Appeal in 1988, not 1888 as some people think, 1988, and I spent 34 years at the most heathenistic profession God ever created, the media, that I can't think of two guys. I think probably the first boat I rode in after I was named outdoor editor, I was invited to ride and go fishing with Steve McAdams. And believe it or not, I'm still here, okay? I mean, but Steve McAdams is on the line with us. And also another man that we mentioned earlier in the show, he was there when the very first show 24 years ago, and that's my good friend Ronnie Shannon. Guys, thank you for what you have meant in my life. And Steve, I know that we've had some great times together. We're part of the I don't want to say the old. No, not who said geezers. Oh, Steve is not a geezer. He's a young man. But
name caller.
Well, yeah, but I appreciate Steve, you and your trailblazing buddy Jim Perry and a lot of other guys up in your area of Paris, Tennessee, took me under your wing and we made some memories, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah. Absolutely. I hope we got a few more left, maybe.
Well, I hope so. But those young ones were very impressionable. But Steve's the longtime waterfowl guide, fishing guide on Kentucky Lake, and of course still writes for the Paris, what I think is the greatest name for a newspaper, the Post-Intelligencer. I never could have worked for that because I couldn't say it, much less spell it, But Steve is still putting out a column for them up there, and I wanted to personally thank you, Steve, buddy, for your friendship, and you and Linda, and the memories that you're in the memory making business. I believe that.
Well, it's good to be your friend. You've stayed with it a long, long time too, and I appreciate your friendship. I'm glad to be here for you.
Well, I appreciate you, and this guy on the line with you, Steve, as you listen, is Ronnie Shannon, and. Man, have we made some memories, Ronnie, hadn't we? I mean,
well, we have. We really have over the years. I remember that first show we did down there at I guess that's Union Avenue in that little old bitty room.
That's right, 1960 Union Avenue, and it was dark, and we had to get in the gate. And
that's right.
I think the first, I don't know, the first producer, Shelby, I think he was asleep when we got there. I'm not sure, but.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. But you and Gene Smith, folks don't realize this, Steve Mack and all the ones, that we started out as an hour thanks to Ron Martin, the late Ron Martin. He approached me after I retired from the Commercial Appeal. At that time, they did not allow anyone at the paper to have a radio show. I think they all got them now. But he said, I'll meet you at Bosco's. And let's talk about you doing a radio show. I said, okay, all right. So I went to Bosco's, and we were meeting at 12:30 at Bosco's, and I stayed there till 2:30, and Ron never showed up. And then I realized that there's two Bosco's, and he was at the other Bosco, and I was at the other Bosco. And I said, so once we got together, and Steve, as you listen to this, once we got together, he said, now you'll probably need a co-host. And I said, I'm going to need two co-hosts. Because I don't know if I can talk for an hour. And I said, let me think about who I might get. I said, well, I know somebody can tell puns. And I know somebody can give me a ticket if I wanted to or anything like that. And I said, well, how about two legendary people? Ronnie Shannon, who was the law enforcement supervisor for the TWRA forever, whose daddy was a TWRA officer.
That's right.
And I said, well, how about Ronnie and Gene? And Steve, as you listen,
what a pair.
As you listen to this, it takes someone to have someone to balance you off, right, Steve McAdams? I mean,
absolutely.
You need an accountability. Now, I'm sorry that Perry was your accountability, but that's just the way it worked out for you. But there are people in your early life, Steve. I know you look back. Well, these are two guys, Ronnie and Gene, and we just we had fun, didn't we, Ronnie? I mean,
we really did. We spread a lot of information, and over the years, I've met a lot of people that I gave them memorable moments too.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, yeah.
I made some for folks too, so good and bad, I guess.
Well, I appreciate both.
Yeah, it was a good show, and I enjoyed the time we spent together out in the field. I know you're kind of wormy looking, but you tougher than you look.
Got his new nickname.
Wormy.
Yeah, Wormy.
Now I can truly say both these guys are heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters.
Particularly Ronnie. I know he's but well, anyway, after that it's hard to end. I wish I had Gene here with us to give another pun, but he just killed off 3 horses and an old lady and burned down a barn in a pun that we're still not sure will make it on the show or not. But
you better be nice to Shannon and I. You might need us for another program.
That is true. I don't know if they all where at Fort Pillow. Where are you talking about programs I need to go to? Huh?
Anywhere.
Well, I think they closed down the one in Bolivar. Okay, the Western Mental Institute out there.
Yeah.
But hey, appreciate you two guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right.
Appreciate
all right.
it. Thanks.
Good to be with you, Larry.
Thanks, Steve.
For the job you do.
All right. Thanks, Ronnie. Bye. Wormy. Okay, get rid of them. Get them off the air. Get out of here. All right. So
Wormy Ray.
Still on the phone.
Would you please hang up on Ronnie? All right, this is a show that will go down in infamy.
Yeah, you got a new nickname out of it.
That's enough. Okay,
That's right.
That's enough.
Wormy Ray.
Hillbilly and Wormy Ray.
Hillbilly sitting next to Wormy.
That's right.
Well, that's a good fishing name, I think.
is.
Wormy. Yeah, Cork and the Bobber, not Wormy.
That's it.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, but we appreciate that. So, how much time we got left, Joe Shelby? I'm wormed out. All right. Play my tune. I need it right now, Shelby. How about it? Okay, you know what I want to hear. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. My tune. All right,
tune. Here
get
we
ready.
go.
Here we go. Wormies. There you go.
There it is.
Beautiful.
How about that?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You tell me who else has got somebody that can do that. Now, Ron could bring out his saxophone from his days at the University of Memphis State.
Now you could bring out your instrument too.
I've still got it at home there, but I can't get my lips to fit inside the
Yeah,
mouthpiece
well,
anymore.
I'll tell you,
I'm
it's
too
been
wormy.
so long.
It's a wormy.
I'm too wormy now.
I still enjoy
You
live music. Though.
You did play the saxophone, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I went to Memphis State University.
Yes, yeah.
On a music scholarship playing the saxophone.
Did y'all hear that? Ron Wong, the fishing guru.
Go Tigers, go!
There he goes. But well, he hasn't said the other team yet today. He will before we leave. You know, at the Legends of the Outdoors in Springfield, Missouri, what was Ron wearing up there? He had on his hotty toddy shirt. And who does he grab first off? Bill Jordan. And he's over there talking hotty toddy with the real tree king man himself. Ron talking about.
Well, yeah, he enjoyed talking about it too.
He did.
Yeah, he's really a good person.
Well, when I tell people that I covered Archie Manning's last high school football game out of Drew, Mississippi, in the Mississippi All-Star game in 1967, I think it was. That's the only time. Frank is on. Hey, Frank Barton.
Good morning, Larry.
There it
Good
is.
morning, everyone.
There's that FM voice. That's him, yeah. Frank, appreciate Frank's on the road right now, getting ready to head to Paducah pretty soon for the Master Nationals. And, Frank, I wanted to let you know I appreciate you not only coming here all the way from Marion, Arkansas, to be a co-host on the third Saturday of each month, but also your friendship and what you've meant to this show, buddy. And
well, that's very kind of you. It's been an honor for me to be able to participate with you on it, and I certainly have gotten a lot out of it over the years and met some very interesting people and have created some new friendships too as a result of it, yours being one of them. So I just need to get you to go duck hunting with me more. That's all.
That's it. Well, you've told me this year that I'm going to buy my license. I'm going, and we're going to have good food to eat or whatever it might be. But we appreciate you, and you're heading someplace now, I know, on the road this weekend. Safe travels, but most of all, look forward to talking to you from Paducah. We're going to get some reports, right, Frank, from Paducah?
We should be able to do that. I think when I call in the first time, we'll be in the setup stage and putting the events together. But if I need to call back at another time during the event, I can do that too.
We want you. How many dogs are going to be at the Master Nationals this year in Paducah? How many?
1,132 this year.
Wow. How about that, Johnny Mac? 1,132 dogs.
Wow.
Now, this is the first time the Master National Retriever Club Championship has been this close. It's in Paducah.
Yeah.
And the dates again, Frank, what are the dates again?
Starts, actually, I got the catalog right in front of me.
All right.
Starts September 23rd and runs through October the 2nd.
And, and Frank is back counting. He's counting dogs again. You know,
and Frank, while you're in that area,
a
great place to go eat is Patty's Settlement.
I've been to Patty's before. It is a wonderful place.
Yeah,
it is.
There you go.
Only Ron would find.
I should have known. Frank would have known all about it. And been there.
Only Ron would know that too about looking for a place to eat. But we have all been to Patty's. Some people have settled up there. I think
Yeah.
I'm not. But not me. I'm wormy. I don't settle in places like that. So, yeah, I've got a new nickname. We'll talk about it, Frank, later on. But appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your friendship, and I'm looking forward to making memories this duck season. Okay, Frank.
All right, Larry. Thank you, and congratulations again on your anniversary show.
Thank you, Frank Barton. Okay.
All right. Take care, y'all.
All right. Let's take a break. I don't even know what time it is. Are we rolling? Is this not the extra fastest minutes? All right, are we ready to take a break, Shelby? I am. Okay, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Celebrate this 24th anniversary. I think we got, I don't even know who we got. My goodness, we got to get these guys in. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Boy, we're having fun today on this 24th anniversary show. My wife made all the brownies over there. I got a full house of what I consider really friends, and we got Johnny McFarland over there with the Mid-South Quail Forever. We got Ron Wong, our Mid-South fishing guru, who's wearing an Ole Miss fishing shirt. They don't even have a fishing team, but that's okay. Ron is here.
They do have a fishing team.
Oh, they do? Okay.
We've interviewed one of their...
We have? Okay.
Brock Mosley.
Oh, well, yeah, that's guys that are out in the tour, but,
yeah.
Okay, all right. Anyway, we have the NRA man over there, so we got to keep straight, and that's Mike Webb, and then, of course, my bodyguard. I had to call him in today, David Beal. Me, Hillbilly and Wormy, we're right here together as we've gone on to this show. And, of course, Shelby McCall is here. And we got a special guest on the line. When you folks know that for about 2 years I was in cancer, battling cancer for 2 years. Lost all my hair. Well, my wife finally shaved it off because it was coming out anyway. And was wearing one of those funny little hats for a long time. But when I reached out, I said, I don't know if I can do this show every week. But I want you to know that I got friends out there. They may live in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. But when I needed them, I knew I could call on Tony Dolle. I've known Tony from his days at Cabela's many years ago. He is a former Poplar Bluff mule, and I know that. And I know he's also right now, you folks remember him from DU, but he's now the executive director for our great friends at the Tennessee Outdoor Writers Association. And when I asked Tony, I said, Tony, can you help me out a few weeks? And, of course, he said that. And, Tony, I want to thank you personally on the air for us. We did not miss a week on a show. Now, I was weak, W-A-K, and I did them from the home some, but Tony and Ron and people like that stepped up. And Tony, I just want to thank you, and I know we're celebrating 24 years with this show, but during that stretch, buddy, in a dark time, you were a bright spot, and I thank you.
Well, it was an honor to do it, and if I'd have known you were that wormy, then we'd make some hay back there.
We got to work on this show. I tell you what, I did not expect that from my friends. Okay, yeah, but you came through, Tony, and we've been friends a long time. And I got to tell a story about Tony. When Tony was at Cabela's, I used to, he would give me things to try out, to use. And Tony said, "We got a new shotgun here, black powder shotgun. We got a Pennsylvania, like maybe Davy Crockett used, but it's got 2 barrels on it. 2 barrels. All you do is shoot the first one, and you turn the next one, and then shoot it." So I said, "Yeah, let me try that, Tony. I want you to know, I don't know what the postage cost, Tony, but that shotgun must have weighed 450 pounds. And I was a lot less wormy then than I am now. But I don't know if you remember that, but there's a Pennsylvania. You remember that, Tony? Yeah.
Oh, I do. You called and said, "This gun weighs more than I do."
That's right. I was having trouble getting one shot off. The second shot, I was going to shoot my foot off, But that's the way Tony is. He's a giving guy, and we've won a lot of awards through the Tennessee Outdoor Writers Association, and Tony's always been there when I needed him. But I just wanted to personally thank you, Tony, for helping us out and for keeping the TOWA alive. There's a lot of organizations that have fallen by the wayside, but Tony and people like Ron sitting over there, we're still chugging along, but. Thank you, buddy, for what you meant to this show and for me as a friend over the years.
Well, it's been an honor, Larry, and congratulations on 24 years. I'm looking for you to do about 30th anniversary show in about 6 years. So, hey, just keep it up.
Well, I may look like this worm may be in the ground. I don't know.
We never know, but Tony, look forward to seeing you here in about 2 months.
Yeah, in October.
Yeah, about 2 months.
We're going to Reelfoot
Lake at the Blue Bank Resort.
So thank
you. Right. Yes, we'll be there with the Tennessee Outdoor Writers for our annual conference, and have a bunch of awards to give out, and it's always a good time.
It is.
Larry and Ron always make that a fun thing.
Well,
Larry, I was talking to Ryan Walker.
Yes.
Who's a fishing guide over in the Ozarks.
Yes.
He said to tell you congratulations.
Yes, okay.
And if you and Miriam want to come and fish with him, come anytime.
All right. We're leaving right after this segment. Me and Miriam are heading over that way. Leaving this guy's here, been worming me to death here. letting them take over the show. But thank you, buddy. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Appreciate you, Tony. All right.
You bet, Abe. My life is more complete now that I've done your show and heard Shelby play the trumpet.
That's it. That's right.
All
right.
That's right.
Thank you, Tony. All right.
You bet, Larry. Thank you, guys.
Tony Dolle. All right. So Tony's been an important part of our life, and we got rid of that doesn't sound right. We got rid of Frank Barton. No, we got Frank Barton. We got Tony. We're still waiting on a couple more calls that we're hoping for, but you guys here, what you got going on there, door kicker?
Yeah, it's been a lot going on out there, Larry. I was just telling Mike here just a second ago, it's been rough out there. We was talking about guns and drugs.
Yeah.
And it's no longer guns and drugs. It's just guns now.
It's guns now.
Yeah, it's just a lot of guns. Like that's what we're dealing with lately.
And tell them what you do. What's your job?
My job is to beat down some doors. Kick them down, whatever you want to call it.
Serve
warrants. I'm on warrants.
Yeah.
So been encountering a lot of guns. There's all kinds of guns out there now.
It's amazing.
No drugs, but usually 20 years ago it'd be drugs and guns.
Yeah, but now
now it's just guns.
It's just guns.
Yeah, you just kick in the door and it's like 5 dudes with 300 guns. And
where are they getting them?
Off the streets for the most part. And these smash and grabs, drive their cars into these pawn shops, and they drive their cars and trucks into these gun shops.
Yeah.
And they would leave there with 15, 20, 30, 50 guns, and they'll sell them on the street.
They're going on the street with those
guns. They're going on the street. And they're selling them for street value. A gun that's $1,000 maybe $400 on the street. And most of them, the guns that costing more money is the loan guns. AR-15s and 7.62s, 5.56, and it's very difficult for us, to keep things down. We got to try to, reason with these young people. We got to find something else to do there. Got to give them something to do. They don't like fishing like it was when I was.
And you've been doing it for how long?
Yeah, I've been doing it 22 years.
Yeah,
22 years.
And it really starts in the home, though.
Yeah, I think
Parents
so too.
have to
a lot of these people
take
don't have
charge.
homes. These
Yeah.
teenage
exactly
kids
it.
don't have homes, and they're teenagers, aren't they?
Well, that's
A lot of
exactly right, and
Yeah.
there has to be some help there.
Well, I think Ron is on point. The only thing is, like myself, I grew up without my mother or my father.
Yeah.
However, fishing
That's right.
and hunting,
That's right.
you know what I mean? That's when I was getting at
Getting
something
on the outdoors.
else,
That's right.
to do to kind of keep us,
Absolutely.
there.
That's your passion. I know that. It
Yeah.
is. And that's David Beal we're talking to.
I didn't get the 33, Larry.
No,
I got the cane pose, so
Yeah,
I got the 33.
Yeah, that's what we've talked about that too. I know that too, but I was a worm fisherman when I grew up, so I guess that's how it wormed into this conversation somehow like this. But,
That's right.
But David has become a dear friend, and I want to lift up our first responders and like you and everybody else that's out there in the field. It's not an easy job. That man worked for the district attorney's office for how many years, Johnny?
32 years, Larry.
32 years, and so he had to deal with.
So
a lot.
I'm sure you and I crossed paths, David.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've already recruited David. We'll have our youth hunt coming up in November.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've already recruited him to come out there and help and let the kids. I want him to come out in uniform. I want the kids to meet a sheriff's deputy doing something fun.
All right,
Beautiful.
we got another guest calling in. Is that right, Shelby? Who we got on the line here?
You have Jim Perry.
The Jim Perry, all right. Is this the rebuttal of what McAdams said about you on the earlier segment? Is this
Hey, have you talked to him?
Yes, sir, we have, and your name was mentioned, too. I want you to admit.
Oh, boy. Well, we won't even ask how that went. I don't even want to know.
Well, Jim Perry, of course, you folks know out there that Jim and I go back a long time, and Miriam and my wife, we've been in the boat with Jim, and I got so many memories, Jim, from those days at Buchanan's or wherever it might be when you were doing the tourism for Northwest Tennessee. And I appreciate you calling in, buddy. We've been doing this thing 24 years, and I know I would not be where I am right now without people like you. And,
well, I appreciate that. A lot of water has run under the bridge in all those years, and do you remember the time down at Real Foot that you wanted to take a picture?
Yes, sir. I do remember.
And I put you out on that cypress tree that time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for you and Jackie Van Cleve. I think it was Van Cleve too. All I did is I did my business and turned around, and I was alone out there.
Oh my God!
I thought I was Wesley Snipes in the U.S. Marshals. I kept thinking they were going to come out of the woods after me. I was a little nervous, but I don't think it was near as bad as when you took your leg off with me in the boat. Now, Jim, Jim had an accident a long time ago. He's got one leg, but he didn't tell me that, until we're in the boat, and then I find out, but he did leave me on a cypress stump, and I think we carved. I thought I was going to carve my initials in that cypress tree if I'd had a knife, but then I might have done something else with that knife. I don't know. So,
I understand.
Oh, that's funny.
If I hadn't turned around and come back and got you, this telephone call wouldn't even exist.
You hadn't turned around. Well, did you hear me calling? Jim Perry!
With an echo.
Jim, I just want to know one thing. When are you cooking me some armadillo?
Oh, yeah, Ron wants to know when you go cook some armadillo.
I heard that you beat me to it. I just want you to know that Ron has got great armadillo recipe. You need to get it before he leaves.
Oh, this show is this is going to.
And you ate it, Ron? You actually ate it?
No.
Armadillo's good.
It's
really?
It's
yeah.
Good. The only thing, It's good, but you get leprosy when you get through. Don't worry about that.
Oh, well, I'm gonna need Jesus.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're gonna need Jesus then.
Well, I just really wanted to touch base with you and call in. And I know you're having it, and I saw your post on social media about you sitting in that chair in that river over
Yes,
there in
sir.
Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
And
That made you
think
about me, right?
I got thinking back that when you fished with me, I put you in a boat. I didn't put you in a chair.
Well, that's a way to end this segment with Jim Perry, that's for sure. But no, we've had a lot of fun over the years, and we've covered Michael. I've got some memories of hunting with you and Michael and everything. And Miriam said, "Tell you hi," because she's a better fisherman. I wanted to get that out of the way.
I have pictures. I have pictures of that. Yes, I do.
You do. Well,
her holding up some fish, and you not holding up anything.
Yes, sir. It's about time for
Jim, you take care of yourself, my friend.
Yeah, it's about time for a nap, Jim. Okay, we got to go here. All right. Appreciate you, Jim Perry. Bye. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back, I think.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to the 24th anniversary of Outdoors with Larry Ray on AM 790. Good morning to all you good folks in Brownsville on 1520 AM, 95.3 FM, and also in Jackson on News Talk 101.5. And, of course, right here in Memphis every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30 on AM 790, 92.9 HD-FM. We got some guys still going to squeeze in this last segment that are longtime friends and been supporters of Outdoors with Larry Ray. And let's start with this gentleman because he may have left 901, but 901 has not left him. That's for sure.
That's right.
He was in the bunker at Strike King for many years, and I always said if there's ever a tornado hit Memphis, everybody needs to head to Strike King and the bunker out there on Washington Street. But that's Mark Copley. Now he is with Express Boats. And Mark, congratulations on the move to Texas. But more of all, congratulations on being a friend for us for many years.
Well, thank you, Larry. The pleasure has been all mine being a friend of the show. And let me tell you, it's so nice to be back in the Memphis area.
Yes.
Not quite in Memphis. I'm a little bit west of there, but
you're in the same time zone. You're in the same time zone.
I'm in the same time zone, and that's
yeah.
That's amazing.
You're only about 2 hours away now, and instead of 10 hours away.
Well, it depends
on. Boy, let me tell you, I love it over here too. I feel like I'm back in God's country.
Well, I want to thank you personally, Mark, for being a part of this show for many years too. Your connection here and what you've helped out over the years, whether you were Strike King or Rather Outdoors and Lou's and all of them. And now I want to continue that with your new job there with the Express Boats. And just thank you for being a great guest and a great friend.
Well, Larry, thank you. I appreciate what you do for the outdoors. And it's you guys, you promote good conservation, you promote youth, you promote, ladies, everybody, keeping everybody involved in the outdoors, and that's what we should all be about. And it's my honor to be a part of it.
Well, I appreciate you, buddy. You're at the airport now. Get on out of here, and we'll stay in touch. Okay, Mark? All right?
I got one last truck to drive back, so
okay.
That's where I'm headed.
All right, buddy.
Stay safe.
All right, Shelby.
We'll see you down
Mark's
the road.
gone. All right. Now, before we get to I want to hold my Gabbard to the end here, Shelby, if we can, because of he's more than just a co-host. He's a dear friend. And this next guy we're going to bring in right now, I've got a cousin that spells Gary with 2 R's. I only know 2 Garys in the world with 2 R's. And I feel like this man is a cousin to me because of Gary Mason. You talk about going back a long ways, and he may be the first guy to ever tell me that my wife is a better fisherman than me. I don't think it was Jim Perry. I think it might have been Gary Mason. Maybe you can help me out on that, Gary.
A truism there.
Well, I tell you what,
it was sure nice to get a lady in the boat that could outcatch me and you both, and she certainly did that many times.
Oh, now you got it. I want y'all to know, listen to this. Gary Mason, of course, is the founder of the Legend of the Outdoor Hall of Fame, and a longtime friend for us. But when I went in the Hall of Fame in 2022, and I had the privilege of being one of those 8 inductees, and, of course, Gary announced it on the show, and it's the only time I've been speechless on this radio show in 24 years. But he made it a point that have at least 2 or 3 guys on before me that kept mentioning how good a fisherman Miriam was. You know, I thought Miriam should have got the award instead of me that day. Michael Waddell, Billy Blakely, Cooksey, all of them were saying what a great fisher person my wife is. But, Gary, you know it for sure because you've been in the boat, right? So.
Oh, man, many times, Larry. And I tell you, I just wanted to congratulate you and all the great folks you've put around you on 24 years. And what a great show it's been and continues to be. And you guys, y'all light up every Saturday morning for a lot of folks, and I'm one of them. So I just wanted to tell you how much we appreciated y'all and appreciate what you do for the outdoors industry.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you calling in because it means a lot to me to have you on, buddy. We'll talk down the road. All right, go Bethel. All right.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Thank you, Gary. All right.
Bye-bye.
Gary Mason. That's a great event. Ron's the official photographer. You better go ahead and mark it down for 2025 because, I mean, this year was a hard one to top with Bill Jordan, Will Primos, all the great guys.
And you can see
Bobby
those
Hart.
pictures
you can go
right now at LarryRay.com.
Yes.
That's REA.
That's right. A lot of people still can't spell my name out. If you call me and say you want to speak to Larry Rhea, you got the wrong one. I can tell you that. Okay? All right. But this next guest, we're going to close out. And I do appreciate all you guys in the studio today. I know you had to sacrifice to be here. But this guy next is like I said, he's like a brother to me, and he and his wife, Rand, have taken us in, and it's where I go to get all my rifles and shotguns fixed, and he does it in his man cave in Lexington. You folks know him out there. He was the minister of propaganda for the TWRA for many, many years, as he calls it, and that's our good friend Dave Gabbard. Good Saturday morning, Dave.
Good morning. I feel like I'm at a shooting tournament. You know, I'm finishing last.
Well, you're not last you're not last on the list, but I wanted to close it out with you.
Yeah, just you know, it doesn't seem like 24 years, but because I've been with you about 22 of the 24 years.
Yeah. You and Ron and Frank Barton have been longtime people. That's right. Yeah.
And but you know the secret, and you know what Miriam has over you about catching fish.
Do we need to bring this up again? I think we got every segment. I've been called a worm. I've been called everything here. This is supposed to be a celebration. It's a wake. What?
The secret to catching fish is
is
learning to hold your mouth just right.
Well, that's been my problem all my life, buddy.
And she can do it better than you.
Well, when I was born and they slapped me and I said, "Go Hogs," you know, I mean, they knew they had somebody different right here, you know, going on. But Dave, seriously, is on the 1st and 5th Saturday. He'll be back on next week. And let me tell you quickly, Dave, it's going to be a good one. You and Gene, we're going to have Mike Giles. He's the author of The Legends of the Spring. Masters of the Call, David Bismeyer of Bake It Up, Ron. It's going up. They got some new Bake It Up products. Marty Marbury's going to be on, talking to West Tennessee Tourism. And Joan Howe, Refuge Manager at Tennessee National Wildlife Refuge. Folks, we need to help those folks because budget cuts are coming at the Tennessee Wildlife Refuge, National Wildlife Refuge. But anyway, Dave will be with us next week. But, Dave, thank you, man, for all you've done.
Okay, well, y'all have a great rest of the morning.
Rest of the morning. You the man, buddy, and everything, and I appreciate you. Love you, brother. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Bye. Dave Gabbard. All right, Miriam wants to, I got to mention again, new sponsor, boat raffle benefiting the United Way of the Mid-South, made possible by Valero. Tickets are $100 chance. There you go. Mike, another $100 chance here. You can win a $15,000 boat.
I know.
The good folks at the United Way of the Mid-South, fully rigged, Garmin electronics, motor, trailer, and no purchase necessary. Just go to uwmidsouth.org and handle that. Any closing comments? I'm afraid to ask that as we, Shelby's not playing tap, so don't worry about that, okay?
Well, Larry, I will tell you again, proud and honored to be part of the Outdoors with Larry Ray show. And as Frank said earlier, I've met some really, really fine people of the outdoors because of this show.
Yeah.
And we want to provide all of that good information, tips, advice to all of you listeners out there, whether it's hunting, fishing, canoeing, because we do follow
everything.
Everything
outdoors.
Yeah,
that's right.
In the outdoors. And, I am blessed that I have this opportunity. And congratulations on 24 years, Larry.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate Johnny Mack, the certificate. Thank you, Johnny Mack.
Hey, Larry, thank you for inviting me on the show today. And I was going to say, when we had I think it was our second youth hunt, some Ron and Peanuts kids or nephews and nieces were at that hunt. And killed a few quail. And I'm looking forward. I'm hoping this year to see some maybe some grandkids or grandnephews and grandnieces to come out there and hunt on our annual children's youth quail hunt.
Yeah, and you guys are still meeting what?
Bass Pro Shop, third Thursday. They do need to check in on the webpage. And actually on the webpage they can send me a message.
Okay.
To get on the newsletter.
All right.
Because occasionally we'll have a meeting at some special venue, be it Mid-South Sports Shooting or the Bird Dog Museum or such.
Right.
So they always need to check in on that before they just show up at Bass Pro. And all they have to do is check it on our midsouthquailforever.org.
That's it.
And they can send me a note to get on the newsletter.
Thank you, Johnny Mack. And Mike, thank you, buddy, again.
Thank you. Congratulations.
1st of October, you got 50 tickets today, man. They're going less than 50, $100 chance to win a lot of prizes.
It's about $20-something thousand worth of goods.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we'll talk to Mike again, and then here we go. David?
Congratulations, man. It's been an honor for me to be able to get my passion out through the show and get my passion for children as well. I didn't know you loved children so much either, Larry, until I met you. Worming with them kids.
Worming with the kids.
Well, hillbilly and worming with the kids. Congratulations on 24 years, man. It's been I've only been a few years here, and it's just an amazing show. I'm always, hey, Larry, ain't about our time?
Yeah.
And then we get back on and we do it again.
All right. Well, you too, girl. Thank you. Shelby McCall, very talented. She's quiet behind the scenes. She says she's got a one finger up. I think that means it's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. Shelby, we appreciate you. Okay?
And thank you, Miriam, for the wonderful brownies today.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
There you go. There you
Big
go.
hand.
Yeah, I'm about to get fat over here.
Yeah. All right. You guys stick around. I'm going to make some pictures in here. But you know what I do at the end? I always say it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And then we also close with, God bless the USA.